Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I am checking up on the Fast and the Furious roller coaster here at Universal Studios Hollywood. We're going to check up on the site, see if they put up any new pieces, and mainly talk about the coaster in today's video. So how about you and I dive right in. You know what, since the plaza is open, I'm going to cut through the plaza and head straight to the Fast and the Furious site, for the all-new roller coaster opening up soon. Okay, the main attraction of today's video is this, the Fast and the Furious roller coaster site. And yeah, there is so much activity, and look at all of this done over here. A couple days ago, those holes did not exist, and today they do. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that I can see, maybe 10. And those look to be spots for some more footings for the coaster columns. You can kind of see pieces of rebar sticking out from these two that are closest to these to this excavator over here. So really cool stuff. They'll do the concrete pour, and then once the concrete cures, then eventually a support column will go there, which is really exciting. Again, like I always say, this is the hardest part of the build out between everything. You know, it's like laying the foundations, terraforming the side of the hill, digging the holes, all that kind of fun stuff, taking out all the trees. That is the most difficult part, respectively. And then once they start putting the pieces in, then it will start going quick. So, you know, in a month or two from now, you'll start to see pieces pop up every single day. And almost, you know, every week that I do a video, it'll be like a significant difference. At least I'm hoping that's how the build goes, because that's how I've seen these coasters be built in the past. And in addition to the concrete footings that they're getting ready to pour, crews are also moving huge pieces of steel into the side of the hill that looks to be part of a retaining wall, or it could be part of that big sound barrier wall that is in the plans for this thing. Because remember, when they announced to the city the plans for at least the sound, they talked about a few different walls to help mitigate that and push that towards the theme park instead of towards the homes that are in the surrounding area. So that could be for what that is. And yeah, the last time I was filming this site, they didn't really have too many of those pieces in the ground, and now they've, I think, maybe doubled or tripled the amount of steel beams that have been pushed into the ground. And then looking off towards the top deck here near the Simpsons land, nothing really noticeably different in today's video. Just those 3 support columns for the track, and that's about it. And then obviously the transfer track at the very top, that huge piece. Now this piece of equipment, the blue piece of equipment, is moved up slightly, so I'm wondering if they're going to drill another hole for them to start working on another foundation, the foundation that will hold all of the support columns. Now they've done this, like they've put the rebar in the ground. A lot of the rebar is already in the ground. A lot of these little stakes that you see, some of the pink markings, some of the orange markings, yeah, the rebar is already in, because remember, we saw them do all this not too long ago. But they could be drilling into the ground some more. And again, all of this stuff is so much fun to watch. I love it. Really cool stuff. Yeah, if you're here at Universal Studios the next few days, take a minute and enjoy all of the crazy work happening over here. Next up, I'm gonna take a look on the escalator over there on that side, get another angle of the project. And even here on the top deck, we'll take a look. Then we'll talk about some Halloween Horror Nights stuff. Mainly in this video, I just wanted to talk about the roller coaster. It's a very hot topic right now. And I'll save some of the other updates at Universal Studios for another video. There's just too much to talk about with the roller coaster. It's just so much fun. And I'm a coaster nerd, so this is my jam. Talk about playing Tetris on the side of the hill. They have like 4 or 5 pretty large pieces of equipment, and then a few little tinier machines kind of roaming around. But it is probably very difficult to make sure you're going around other pieces of equipment and not running over things you're not supposed to. So again, huge shout out to the construction crew that's working on this right now. And then looking off in the distance, you can see crews beyond this tree right here working on some foundation. This is again where I'm thinking the coaster is going to do its turnaround and then make its way back up the hill. Okay, moving on to the other side of the escalator where a lot more foundation work is happening. There's also crew members over here pushing some dirt around, getting ready for the next step. And if my math is correct, I'm counting 9 footers for support columns for that coaster track. And I gotta say, just looking at them from where I'm filming these segments, they are massive. There's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, Like 4 or 5 of them are huge. I'm talking, you can stick quite a few people on them if you all stood on them. It's pretty impressive. So that tells me that this part of the attraction might be pretty intense because the supports are just, they're huge. So that means that there's a lot of stress happening on this end of the ride. And it's not looking like any of these foundations are for multiple support columns. It looks like it's just for one big one. And again, like the circumference of some of these is just huge. So whatever element is going to be on this side, it's probably going to be some sort of inversion or something. There's a lot of stress on the track going over here. And that kind of goes back to like, how big are these coaster cars going to be? And they haven't removed any more trees or anything, so it looks like all the work is just happening right there in that corner. Wow, yeah, this is intense. This is going to be a spectacular roller coaster. Just looking at these right here, like there's no way that this thing is not going to be intense. And then looking on the other side of the hill, where most of the layout will be located, it looks like crews are getting ready for the incoming storm that we're going to be getting here in SoCal in the next couple days. And because of that storm, you can see that crews are putting that plastic back on the side of the hill. And we've been having a lot of rain lately, just like last year. You know, a lot of these theme parks have some trouble with the weather sometimes. And hopefully this one is not delayed by too much because of the rain. But judging how fast Universal has been lately in a lot of their projects, I don't think they're going to run into too many issues. I mean, the crews have been working so fast on this. I mean, just a couple days ago, like I was saying earlier, they didn't have all those holes, and a lot of the foundations weren't even ready for a concrete pour. So they're working really fast, and it could be because of the storms. We're supposed to get rain for like 2 or 3 days, so they're probably doing as much as they can now before they can't really do much on those 2 days. The spot that I'm really going to be keeping an eye on is the spot on the right side of the first escalator, because it seems like that spot is furthest along when it comes to getting ready for new supports and track. And what's going to be really fun is we'll finally know what kind of element is going to be there once they put that piece of track and support up. And we'll know if it's going to be a big inversion or some sort of huge wave turn, like a big turnaround or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, and I can't wait to see what it finally is. And we're going to find out the color for the track once it gets to that section, because whatever track shows up in that spot will be the final color of the coaster. That will be the color for the rest of the layout, because right now the track that's on that massive concrete kind of a platform that I'm thinking is either the station or the maintenance bay, that might not be the color of the rest of the track for the layout, like the main part of the layout. That might just be for station or maintenance. And sometimes coaster tracks can be different colors in those sections. But as far as the main layout, yeah, we're gonna find out once they put up those pieces. One thing I'm also really curious about, and we won't know this until close to opening, like once they start testing the attraction, but I wonder what the landscaping is going to look like and some of the theming that we're going to have hopefully on the side of the hill. If there's no theming on the side of the hill, I'll be okay with it, because you're going by it so fast that it's not going to really matter. But as far as the plants, like the greenery, yeah, I wonder what kind of goodies they have in store for us on the side of the hill. Okay, taking a quick break from the roller coaster coverage. Yeah, the tent is up behind Revenge of the Mummy, and they have not started the layout just yet. And with the spot behind Transformers, they haven't started any work down there either. There's a lot of lumber on site though, so they should be starting very, very soon. And what's cool is once they start the layout, we're gonna find out whether or not the facade's gonna be in the front, closest to the Mummy queue, or towards the back, closest to the studio. My sunburn is obtained and the coaster has been covered for today. I can't wait to come back to the park again soon to see what new things pop up because of how quick they're going here at Universal Studios Hollywood. It's crazy. I mean, Universal in general has been just knocking it out of the park as far as getting things done at a reasonable pace, unlike some other people. And I hope that changes with some of those other people, because it's just really refreshing to see. I mean, they opened up Super Nintendo World, and without even blinking an eye, they started work on the Fast and the Furious roller coaster shortly after. So I mean, it's nice to see. That's what the theme park industry is all about, is just seeing new things, always innovating, always bringing exciting things to the park. And I'm glad that Universal is continuing to do that. But with that, I think that is going to do it for today's video from Universal Studios Hollywood covering the Fast and the Furious roller coaster. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos and more, from Universal or some of your other favorite theme parks, because I cover a bunch of them, consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and all that other fun stuff. You can find those links down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.